Sam Nivola, a rising star in Hollywood, recently shared a candid revelation about his experience on HBO's hit series The White Lotus. Playing Lachlan Ratliff, a character whose storyline is full of suspense and intrigue, Nivola discussed how the pressures of secrecy on such a high-profile show led him to break his non-disclosure agreement, NDA, for a very personal reason. While NDAs in the entertainment industry are notorious for being ironclad, Nivola's honesty sheds light on the human side of the production process and how the secrecy around The White Lotus impacts its cast members. Nivola explained that when he first signed on to the show, he was well aware of the NDA's strict terms. As part of the ensemble cast, he was given very little information about the full arc of the season, with many of his interactions being kept intentionally vague to prevent any spoilers from leaking. The NDA was more than just a contractual obligation. It was a necessity to preserve the integrity of the plot twists, character developments, and the mystery that fans of the show have come to expect. The success of The White Lotus hinges on its ability to keep viewers on the edge of their seats, and the secrecy surrounding the storylines is a crucial part of that. However, despite understanding the importance of maintaining secrecy, Nivola admitted that there was one particular moment when the pressure became too much to bear. The reason he broke the NDA had to do with his personal connection to his character's fate. Without going into too much detail, Nivola's emotional attachment to his role grew stronger as the season progressed, leading to a situation where he couldn't keep the truth to himself any longer. He found himself in a conversation with close friends and family members, and the desire to share his experience became overwhelming. The internal conflict between professional responsibility and personal emotion was something Nivola struggled with. As the show's production wrapped up, Nivola began to question the lengths to which he had to go to protect the show's secrets. In an attempt to relieve some of the pressure, he reached out to one trusted friend who was also a fan of the series. With a mixture of guilt and excitement, he revealed some of the details about his character's journey, knowing full well the consequences of breaking the NDA. His motivations for doing so were rooted in the desire for emotional relief. The weight of the secret had started to affect his daily life, and he felt the need to confide in someone who understood the magnitude of the show's cultural impact. After breaking the NDA, Nivola faced the potential repercussions that any actor would when violating such an agreement. The producers of The White Lotus take their non-disclosure agreements seriously, and breaches are often met with legal action. Despite the risks, Nivola expressed that he didn't feel as though he had betrayed the integrity of the series. He believed that his decision to confide in someone close to him didn't ruin the show's mystery for the general public, as they would remain unaware of the specifics of his character's arc until the series aired. What made this particular situation even more intriguing was Nivola's perspective on the culture of secrecy that surrounds television productions like The White Lotus. He noted how the experience of being part of such a high-profile show can create a sense of isolation. Actors are often required to keep everything under wraps, even when they're bursting to share their experiences. The sense of camaraderie that might come from discussing a project with friends and family can be stifled by the fear of breaching confidentiality. For Nivola, the emotional toll of this secrecy was difficult to ignore. In a sense, breaking the NDA allowed him to release some of that pent-up emotion, giving him a small but significant sense of relief. The fate of Lachlan Ratliff's character, which had been kept under wraps throughout the production process, became a central point of curiosity for fans and journalists alike. Nivola's character, a seemingly innocent young man caught up in the chaotic events at the hotel, quickly gained a following. Audiences speculated on his role in the overarching narrative, and as the show's tension escalated, viewers became increasingly invested in the mysteries surrounding each character. Lachlan's story was part of a larger puzzle that kept audiences theorizing, but Nivola's decision to break the NDA gave a glimpse into the inner workings of the show and the personal struggles that actors face when bound by secrecy. While he was careful not to reveal any explicit details about his character's fate, Nivola's admission of breaking the NDA sparked conversations about the ethical implications of such agreements in the entertainment industry. The nature of NDAs in Hollywood is often seen as a way for producers to maintain control over information, but it also places actors in a precarious position. They must walk a fine line between fulfilling their professional obligations and managing their emotional well-being. In Nivola's case, the weight of keeping the secret about his character's fate became a burden that was difficult to bear, especially when he couldn't share his excitement or concerns with those closest to him. In the larger context of The White Lotus, Nivola's experience highlights the immense pressure that comes with being part of a show that is as popular and culturally significant as this one. The show's creators, including Mike White, have built an environment where every detail, no matter how small, is carefully protected. The casting process itself is shrouded in mystery, with actors often not knowing the full scope of their roles until they are well into filming. For many actors, this uncertainty can be both thrilling and frustrating, as they want to fully immerse themselves in their characters but are often kept in the dark about key plot points. Nivola's story serves as a reminder that the experience of being on a major television series is not just about the glamour of being in the spotlight. It also involves navigating the complexities of secrecy, loyalty, and personal emotions. In many ways, The White Lotus has become more than just a television show. It is a cultural phenomenon that impacts the lives of everyone involved in its creation. The secrecy that surrounds the show is a testament to its success, but it also brings with it a host of challenges for the cast. Looking back on his decision to break the NDA, Nivola didn't express regret, but rather a sense of understanding about the pressures of being in such a unique position. While breaking the NDA may have been a temporary relief for him, it also underscored the importance of trust and communication in the entertainment industry. It's a reminder that actors, like anyone else, are human beings with emotions and needs, and the demands of their profession can sometimes create personal conflicts. In the end, Nivola's candidness about his breach of the NDA humanizes the often enigmatic world of television production. While secrecy remains an essential part of maintaining the suspense and allure of The White Lotus, Nivola's experience serves as a valuable insight into the behind-the-scenes challenges that actors face. The delicate balance between protecting a show's integrity and managing personal emotions is one that every actor on a high profile